That is what's wrong with the world in 2023. Makes no sense. This is pathetic. No one should ever do this. This is stupid. This should not even be allowed on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. But yet, no, we ban Coach Greg from TikTok, but yet we allow this. Coach Greg, and in today's video, the worst challenge I've ever seen. It's called the 30-day Tren challenge. But in this case, it's not only unhealthy, but detrimental to your health. Imagine doing Tren for 30 days and then suddenly trying to stop. Oh, wow, you felt so great during the cycle. Put on so much muscle. What happens when you come to stop? Your testosterone levels, they're in the toilet. Your balls, you can't even see them when you're using the toilet. And so anyone thinking about going on this 30-day challenge, well, you are an idiot.
I completed the 30-day Tren challenge, and the results might just shock you. The challenge is simple. Take Tren for 30 days and see how much progress you can actually make.
And so is it really that simple? Well, step one, how do you know you're actually getting Tren? Do you know it's Tren? How do you know? Did you get it from your doctor? Of course you did. And which one are we talking about? Tren acetate, Tren enanthate, or Tren hexahydrobenzyl carbonate? And so obviously it's going to make a difference. And how often do you take it? Do you do it every day, every other day, once a week, every day for 30 days? How much do you take? A little bit, medium, a lot? And so it obviously makes a difference. If I said, hey everyone, let's do the 30-day running challenge. Every day for 30 days you go for a run. Makes a big difference if the run is 3 steps versus 5 versus 50 miles.
Starting this challenge wasn't easy, as it was difficult to find a reliable source of Tren. But after a few days of searching, I finally found one.
And so yeah, it wasn't easy. It took me 2 days to find a reliable source of Tren. What do? Walk up to the biggest guy in the gym and say, hey, you got some Tren, guy? Sure. And so it's important to remember that if you are in the United States, it's actually illegal to do this. And so it'd be kind of like saying, let's snort creatine every day for 30 days. If you can, if it's illegal, you shouldn't do it. And what could be the result after 30 days? Well, what happens if you're addicted? You've been snorting creatine every day for 30 days, and now you're addicted. And now what? And so imagine the damage you're doing to your body. And so yeah, sure, your bench went up so much. It went from 135, almost 200 pounds. That's great. What good is that if you're not healthy?
And I was ready to start the challenge. Here's me on day 1. For reference, I'm about 6'4", 160 pounds in these videos.
And so he starts out, he's 6'4", 160 pounds. You can see the guy's shredded, close to 10% body fat. He says, you can see I have no size at all. Well, for a young guy, that's not very bad. Remember, he's 6'4" and an ectomorph. But then he says, no definition. Does anyone think that this is not defined? Does anyone watching this video think that this guy has no muscle definition, that you can't see the muscles? Does he look fat to you? And so one thing that's annoying for me is when I see people deliberately lying. I have no muscle definition. When you can clearly see striations, even veins, abdominal. And so the first thing that comes to mind is this man clearly has body dysmorphia. That is when the reflection in the mirror that you see is not what is actually being shown. If it was, he would have said, hey, I don't have a lot of size. Clearly, I'm just a very defined, shredded guy, but I want some size. But no, I have no size and no definition. And so in comparison to the majority of the world, this guy clearly above average. He's already beginning above average. How many guys' starting points are this lean and are this defined? Maybe 5%. Most people have way more body fat than this guy. And has he even been training? Did he just show up to the gym and use Tren on day 1?
Pretty much no definition. This all changed around day 7 as I became really vascular. And I mean way more vascular than I was.
And so on day 7, you can already see the crazy amount of vascularity that he has. You would not see that kind of vascularity unless you are already defined. If your body fat is 30+% and you take Tren, you're not going to see vascularity like this. And so clearly, the guy was already shredded. And did he even attempt to do this natural? Sure, Tren is going to increase vascularity, but so is pre-pump. This is 100% natural. If you take pre-pump, go to the gym and work out, get a pump, and you flex before and after, you for sure are going to see a difference if you're as lean as this guy. Now, if you're obese and you can't see any veins at all, perhaps it won't matter. But if you're lean, 15% body fat or lower, and you take pre-pump and you go to the gym and work out, you are for certain going to see more vascularity than last time. Interested in this? Code Greg, 10% off. He then goes on to say, while being on Tren, he felt amazing. He could work out as hard as he wanted. Never got tired. Does anyone actually believe that? Never get tired at all. Did anyone see me race Eric Janicki on a bike? Guy, not natural. Did he look like he never got tired? I don't care how many drugs you're taking, test, Tren, you name it. Even if you're on GO2 max, if you push yourself hard enough, you are going to get tired. And what he leaves out is every single negative thing about taking Tren. This, to me, is a promotional video for taking Trenbolone. I would not be surprised somebody who made a video like this was actually selling the stuff. I mean, it's such a one-sided description of Tren, it's going to make all the young people want to take it. Oh, wow, it felt amazing. Got so much bigger. 30 pounds of muscle. Got stronger. Veins. Wow, why wouldn't I take it? Did he tell you about Tren cough? Did he talk about you inject it and suddenly you can hardly breathe? You think you're going to the hospital? Did he speak about having trensomnia? You can't sleep. Night sweats. You feel horrible. Did he tell you about the anxiety and irritability that it causes? You don't feel comfortable in your own skin. You're wondering, what is going on? You have anxiety. You don't feel good. You're wondering, why do I feel so bad? It, in fact, does the opposite of making you feel amazing. I hated taking Tren. The only reason I took it is because I wanted to get bigger. I wanted to get my pro card. I wanted to win bodybuilding competitions. But of all the drugs I took, that was the worst one. It made me feel the worst. I couldn't wait for the cycle to end. And the higher the dose, the worse you're going to feel. And so I would caution anyone, do not take Tren. Of all the steroids I can think of, this is the worst one in terms of how it makes you feel. It's the most suppressive, makes you feel like garbage, very hard to come off, shuts you down for months. And so why would you take it? Imagine this being the first thing you're going to take. Let's do the 30-day Primo challenge. Those would be bad enough. Obviously horrible. This one, it's even worse.
I also couldn't stop eating. Like, I was seriously eating all the time.
And the reason he couldn't stop eating is because Trenbolone increases nutrient partitioning. And what that means is that a lot of the food that you're eating gets converted to muscle rather than fat. And so because more and more nutrients are being put towards building muscle, your body increases hunger. More ghrelin makes you hungry because your body knows it needs more calories, and so it increases that hunger level so that you consume more calories. If you're not eating enough calories, you can't possibly build muscle. To build muscle, you need water, protein, energy, and a stimulus for muscle growth to occur. And so essentially you're taking Tren, you're then eating more calories, and those calories are turning into muscle, and that's why Tren puts on so much size.
My strength also shot up significantly as my bench press went from 135 to 190 pounds in just 3 weeks.
And so of course his bench shot up significantly. Not only was it because of the Tren, because of newbie gains. When you first learn how to do an exercise, your body learns how to properly execute the movement. It recruits more muscle fibers, and therefore you can put out more power. And so even without the Trenbolone, if you train to bench press for 30 days, you most certainly are going to see an improvement. Also, because of the added weight gain, whether it's muscle and or fat, that's also going to increase your strength.
I also want to say that just because I did this challenge doesn't mean that I think anyone else should. I don't recommend that anyone should do this.
And so consider this. He posts all these wonderful things about Tren, gives you a one-sided story, then posts a challenge, says 30-day challenge, and then ends the video by saying, oh, don't do the challenge. And so what is a challenge? A call to take part in a contest or competition, especially a duel. And so it kind of be like this. I challenge you to do an arm wrestle with me. Oh, I don't recommend you do it though. What are you going to do then? Probably going to go and arm wrestle this guy because he's trying to call you chicken if you don't do it. And so I read that as him just trying to cover his ass. Oh, I didn't actually challenge anyone. I challenge anyone to do the 30-day challenge, but don't do it. And so how much muscle did he put on? Well, he added 30 pounds. That is a lot. That's in 30 days. Now remember, a lot of that is going to be water weight. And what do you think is going to happen to those 30 pounds of muscle if he in fact stops taking the Tren? What happens is when you come off the Tren, because your testosterone levels are now in the toilet, you're going to feel weaker than ever. You're slowly going to lose a lot of that muscle, sometimes even all of it. And in the process, probably going to have a hard time having sexy time. It'll be very difficult to get the downstairs harder than last time. And if you are having trouble with the downstairs, remember, you can in fact purchase harder than last time for people who are having trouble with their libido. And for those of you who have lower levels of testosterone, which you for sure most certainly are if you take Tren, please consider taking G-test. Obviously, if you take Tren, this is not going to be enough. But for a natural athlete, perhaps you're having lower levels of testosterone, the ingredients in G-test have been shown to increase testosterone levels listen, these are not the test boosters of old. These ones actually work. Not just some trivial list from 20 years ago. New research shows that these ingredients are going to be effective in increasing testosterone. Interested in these? Code Greg, 10%.
I mean, it's just crazy how much progress you can make in just 30 days.
And so, yeah, it is crazy. I'm not disagreeing with him. How much progress you can make in 30 days if you're taking Tren. But it's not worth it. The serious side effects that you can get, for example, the gynecomastia or the bacne, severe acne you can get from abusing steroids, not to mention the damage to your liver, kidneys, even your heart. These things can lead to a heart attack. Do you really want to develop cardiovascular diseases because you took on a 30-day challenge? All for what? To put on a bunch of muscle in 30 days that you're probably going to lose soon after? That once you get off the drugs, you're going to feel miserable? Take it from me. I've used these things. I know what it feels like to be on them, and I know what it's like to be off.
If this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll keep taking Tren and make a part 2.
And so think of it. He ends the video with, if I get 1,000 likes, I'll keep taking Tren. What is going to be next? Somebody's going to sniff creatine for 30 days, get addicted to it, and say, if you give me 1,000 likes, I'll keep my addiction to creatine. And so this is how ridiculous this seems to me. Imagine deliberately getting addicted to something and then saying, I'll continue this addiction as long as I get enough likes. That is what's wrong with the world in 2023. Makes no sense. This is pathetic. No one should ever do this. This is stupid. This should not even be allowed on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. But yet, no, we ban Coach Greg from TikTok, but yet we allow this. Makes no sense. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost that algorithm. Don't forget to watch one of the 2 bloops. Like the video if you liked it. And of course, Cookbook 3.0, brand new. You can get that, the hard copy PDF. Of course, we've got the Circle Dive book. We've got the training books, several of them. Obviously, you get all those on my website, Coach Greg, 10% off. Coaching plans by me and my team. And the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. We have so much stuff. Shaker cups, you name it. Just get over the website, check it out. Code Greg, 10% off. And until next time, I am out.